our last lesson, we have learned how to do introductions in some Asian buildings. As we all know, there are more beautiful natural scenery on our vast land. Let's move on to our lesson today, Sightseeing 2. In this lesson, we are going to know about how to express different natural scenic spots and do introductions. Before our lesson, would you please answer my question? What kind of natural scenery do you prefer? Here are some different kinds of scenic spots. Could you try to match the words and the pictures? Now let's read the words together. The first picture is beach, in Chinese 海滩. The second picture is gauge, 海峡, 大坝. The third picture is cloud sea, means 云海. The fourth one is stream, 溪流. The fifth, waterfall, 瀑布. The last is hot spring, 温泉. Here are some key sentences we are going to meet in this lesson. I will show you around the most famous site. 我会带大家参观最有名的景点。Now, our coach is traveling towards the park on the North Road. 现在我们的车子正行驶在去往公园的北路上。Our first stop is 里河。我们的第一站是里河。Look, here is the Elephant Trunk Hill. 你看，这里是象鼻山。Now, let us keep going north. 现在我们继续往北走。Now, let's have a rest. 现在让我们休息一下。We left the park. 我们离开了公园。You can enjoy the view now. 你们可以欣赏景色了。Please take caution. 请小心。Our today's tour has ended. 今天的行程结束了。Since we have learned some words about different natural scenery, in this part, we are going to have a tour with our tour guide Shen. Before our trip, let's think about a question. What preparation work would a tour guide do before entering the sightseeing spot? In this part, Shen, as a local tour guide, is introducing the itinerary briefly to the tourists. Let's see what Shen has done. Before listening to the dialogue, let's learn some key expressions in this section. During the long journey, the preposition during means 在期间, so the expression means 在长途旅行中。B. After breakfast, 在早餐之后。龙脊 rest terrace, 龙脊梯田。Terrace, read after me. Terrace, terrace, 梯田。How was everything going last night? 昨晚一切如何？ On the back of 20 banknote, 在20元纸币的背面。We should pay attention to the word note. That means 纸币。Now let's begin our tour with our tour guide Shen. Watch and listen carefully, and then try to fill in the blanks in the conversation.
Hi, everybody. How was everything going last night?
Great!
After breakfast, we are going to tour Guilin. Let's meet in the coach at 8 o'clock. Guilin is one of the best-known tourist destinations in China. There are many scenic spots including Longsheng, with its famous Longji rice terraces, the Li River, a scene of which is printed on the back of 20 yuan banknote, and Yangshuo, a county downstream from Guilin, and so on.
That's fantastic!
It will take us 1 hour to Longsheng by coach. Let me give you a briefing about the scenic spot during the long journey. Now here we are. Let's get off the coach. Remember to take your personal belongings with you.
After listening, let's fill in the blanks and read the conversation once again to answer the questions. What has Shen done for the itinerary introduction?
Hi everybody. How was everything going last night?
Great!
After breakfast, we are going to tour Guilin. Let's meet in the coach at 8 o'clock. Guilin is one of the best-known tourist destinations in China. There are many scenic spots including Longsheng, with its famous Longji rice terraces, the Li River, a scene of which is printed on the back of 20 yuan banknote, and Yangshuo, a county downstream from Guilin, and so on.
That's fantastic!
It will take us 1 hour to Longsheng by coach. Let me give you a briefing about the scenic spot during the long journey. Now here we are. Let's get off the coach. Remember to take your personal belongings with you.
Okay, let's see the correct answer. Do you fill the blanks properly? Okay, let's see together. This conversation can be divided into 3 parts. In the first part, Shen greeted the tourist. In the second part, Shen introduced the scenery in time order briefly to the guests. In the third part, the tour guide reminded the tourist about personal belongings and something about their safety. After our analysis, we can summarize the answer to the question, what has Shen done for the itinerary introduction, as follows. Shen first greeted introductions and then began her introduction in time order and last reminded them about personal belongings. Okay, Shen had on his tour with the guests. Now let's watch the video and see what he has done in the process of way to the site introduction. Now take the 2 questions with you while watching the video. The first question is, what did the tour guide do on the way to the scenic site? The second question is, could you please summarize the process of the introduction? Before beginning our tour, let's take a look at some new words in the scenic area. Peak, 山峰, rising above, 海拔, be attributed to, 归因于, alpines, 奇松, hot spring, 温泉, cloud sea, 云海, grotesque rock, 怪石, be eager to, 渴望做某事, vary in appearance with the airy change of weather, 随四季变化, lotus, 莲花, enjoy fantastic view, 享受美景. After learning the new words in the spot, now let's begin our trip with Shen. After the first time of watching the video, could you please answer the first question, what did the tour guide do on the way to the scenic site? Yes, the tourists have an on-the-way introduction by the tour guide. Okay, now let's read the passage once more and answer the second question. As you can see, the conversation can be divided into 3 main parts. In the first part, the tour guide gives a brief introduction of the scenic spot, like location, height, area.
Today, we will visit Mount Huangshan, which contains separate 36 peaks, rising above 1,800 meters. It is one of the most famous mountains in China. The beauty of Huangshan is attributed to its hot spring, cloud sea, alpines, grotesque rocks.
Then he emphasized some key points in the spots. He uses expressions that main thing to do in the Huangshan is to emphasize the importance of the tour.
That's great. We are eager to visit the scenery.
The main thing to do in Huangshan is walking around, taking photos and enjoying the scenery, which is beautiful, different and varying in appearance with every change of weather.
At last, every spot through the journey is explained and the guest questions are answered.
Which spot should we visit first?
Lotus Peak. On the way to the peak, we will enjoy the fantastic view.
Okay, let's go over the procedure of on-way introduction by 3 questions. First, what's the formal procedure of traveling in natural scenery? First, give a brief introduction to scenic spots like area, height, location. Second, emphasize the key spot. Third, explain every spot. Fourth, answer the guests' questions. Second, what's the first character of natural scenery should you introduce? Geographic location should be emphasized. Third, if a guest is lost or missing, what do you do? As a tour guide, we take the brochure for the absent guests. As a tour guide, what should we pay attention to in the introduction process? First, we should pay more attention to the language. The words should be colorful and vivid. 导游讲解一定不要背书式的讲解，要抑扬顿挫，绘声绘色。Second, proper body language can be helpful and avoid pointing to others directly. 肢体语言一定要得体恰当，切忌指手画脚。Third, the language should not be too fast or too slow. The tour guide should speak out aloud politely. 语速切记不要太快，吐字清晰，彬彬有礼。Fourth, we should always be alert to the response of the guests and adjust the introduction. Leave some room for our guests to think about the words and had better make a picture of it. 讲解时及时关注游客的反应，调整讲解内容，要留给客人思考和反应的时间。Here is a supplementary material for the introduction of natural scenic spot. Let's read it together. Lotus Lake, Wetland Park. Hello everyone, please allow me to express a warm welcome on behalf of Tieling citizen. I'm with great pleasure to be your tourist guide, and from now on, I will show you around Lotus Lake Wetland Park. Lotus Lake Wetland Park is located in the center of Fanhe town, which is a new district being built in Tieling, and it is a hot tourist place. Lotus Lake Wetland Park is the formation of wetlands along Liao River. The north part is to the Duck Lake. The south is to the Patagon and Mandarin Duck Lake, and the west is to the Camel Lake. There are tens of lakes. There are with an area of dozens of kilometers. First of all, we will walk through a wooden bridge so as to have close contact with lotus. When talking about lotus, people will think about a poem, My Love on Lotus, which is written by Zhou Dunyi. Let's look at lotus carefully. The roots of lotus are planted in the soil of the pond or river bottom, while the leaves flow on the top of water surface or are held well above it. The flowers are usually found on thick stems rising several centimeters above the leaves. The plant normally grows up to a height about 150 centimeters and horizontal spread of up to 3 meters. But some unverified reports place the height as high as over 5 meters. The leaves may be as long as 60 centimeters in diameter, whilst its showy flower can be up to 20 centimeters in diameter. Let's go to the Pentacle Lake. Pentacle Lake is the place of the bird migration. Bird migration is the regular seasonal movement, often north and south, along flyaway between breeding and wintering grounds. Many species of bird migrate. Migration carries high costs in predation and mortality, including from hunting by humans, and is driven primarily by availability of food. It occurs mainly in northern hemisphere, where birds are funneled to be specific routes by natural barriers. Now it's time to have a break and enjoy the beautiful scenery and the colorful birds. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Thank you for listening.